Okay, so as you saw from the title, I have another intro for you. I know, crazy. Like I should be doing any more projects, but before I tell you my reasons for doing this, I'm going to ask you to please do all the things you know what they are. So, this project is called That 70's Pan, and that is also the hashtag for social media for this. One of the main reasons I'm doing this is because this is kind of my era of my early childhood, because I was actually born in 1969. So I lived through the 70's. I don't remember all of them, but I do remember a good portion of them. And this is a project that was put together by my friend Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty and Cece from the Diva next door. So of course, I wanted to do this because it's a project Kim put together. What the ladies did is they came up with 70 prompts for us. This one's going to be a struggle. They suggested that what we do is that we start with 7 and then we can kind of roll in however we want and we can do whatever kind of goals we want, any of that fun stuff. But we are doing, I believe, monthly updates, and this project is starting today, so July 27th, and then we'll run through next year of July 27th also of 2024. I don't know why I can't get that out. So everything that's in here is just an homage to the 70's. And what I decided that I was going to do is that I was actually just going to take the first 7 prompts. My plan of attack, hopefully, is that I will continue adding 7 items every month, regardless of how many I complete, just so that I can try and touch on all the prompts, because this is the biggest number of prompts in any project that I have yet to tackle. I know there have been some that are more, but not ones that I've done. So I think that's all the business. You New Fantastic Ladies collab. Kim and Cece are linked in the description box. All the good stuff as usual. Okay, so in order as they appear on their list. Number 1 is linoleum floors, something with a pattern. So what I decided to do for this is I've got the BH, this is the Vanilla Cream Truffle. This is a blush palette from BH. And as you can see, this one here no longer has a pattern, but it did have the same pattern as this one, and this one, and this has a BH. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this blush this time, and I think I want to work on it until the pattern's worn down. Wearing it away completely would probably get me almost close to pan. It took a long time to wear it on the other one. So I'm going to just work on it until I have gotten the pattern worn down on this. This is a good color blush for me. There you go. You got a nice good swatch of that. So that's the plan there. And I'll just kind of keep track of uses and kind of show you where I'm at when we do updates. Then the next one is beanbag chair. So this is something you're comfortable using. Well, for me, that is plastic. That actually is going to be, of course, it's on the bottom, a glam light palette. And I'm going to go with the Michaela Glam Light palette. This is pot 2, obviously. My big plan here is, those are the colors. And my plan is to do 4 looks with this. So I've got my Post-it note in there, just all set up to do the 4 looks. And I was kind of thinking what I might be doing is kind of working across rows for at least the 3. And then I just wanted to be able to play a little bit with some of the other ones. That's why I did 4 looks on this one. So I'm going to try and get as much as I can out of at least a purple, a blue, and a green look from those rows. That is the plan, because I wanted to play more with that palette after doing the bingo with it. Okay, then next we have wood paneling. So this is something brown or something that is a dupe or a fake of the original. I went with brown. I'm bringing in the Bath & Body Works Warm Vanilla Sugar Body Cream, and my goal is just to use this 14 times because 14 is 7 twice. So instead of 7, I figured I'd go 14 on that. All right. Then next we have crochet blanket. So granny squares, which I do have a few of those around. I didn't bring one in, but my grandmother crocheted way more than I do even, and made Afghans for all of us kids, or all of the kids, all of the grandkids. The great grandkids have them now too, but I have a couple. So anyway, I grew up with Afghans like this, and their suggestion is something old. For this, I am bringing in one of the baked blushes from Laura Geller. This one is in Como. And I wish I could say that I actually wore this down this much. I didn't. It had fallen at one point and kind of broken, so I lost some of the top. But, okay. It is still got a lot of product left in it, and it is actually, I'm starting to see waffle pan. Can you guys see that? There's waffle pan. All right, well, cool beans. So, I don't know if you'll be able to. It is different than the first one, as you can see. My goal in that was just to do 10 uses, which is a good thing. That'll get me even closer down in that waffle pan and kind of get me in a position where at some point I can maybe completely pan that one. Look at me planning ahead. All right, number 5 is lava lamp. So this is something liquid or neon. And I kind of went with both. Kind of. Hear me out. I'm bringing in this. This is the Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Nail Polish. It's from the Peeps collection. And it's that neon highlighter yellow color. In fact, it literally is like highlighter yellow. I have not used this yet, so this is going to come in for 2 uses. And I'm thinking that I'm not going to want this on my toes. So I'm thinking this is going to be 2 manicures, maybe with a topper. I'm not sure yet. But that's what I am bringing this in for, just so I can get some use on it. Number 6 is shag carpeting, something ugly. And that was kind of hard for me. So I used my crazy train logic for you and decided that I'm going to go with the BH Venom palette because I do not think snakes are cute. In fact, I have a shedded snake skin in my front yard because we have snakes on this property. Scary, scary. So this is what the inside of the palette, looks like. And what I did is I did a post-it with all of the names of the colors. Under that it says take a bite. And you've seen me use this before. I actually completed the white in the one that I have in Arizona. So here I'm just going to do this as no pan left behind for my Minnesota one. All right. Then the last one I'm bringing in this month is number 7, and it is huge TVs, something large. And I kind of struggled with this. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it, but I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in another glam light because I know it won't do me any wrong. It's going to perform well for me. This is the second Scooby-Doo collab from Glamlight. And this is, I believe, aside from palettes I put together myself with singles, this is the palette that has the largest number of eyeshadow pans. It is a 25 pan palette. It does have Scooby in it, a mirror. I put my post-it note on it. With this, I want to do 5 looks. And I'm hoping that I can kind of do some of that row thing again and get at least use the colors in every row. If not all of them, at least most of them. That's the plan so that I can get my fingers into that. I just didn't really feel like doing it as a no pan left behind. I just figured it'd be easier to do it that way and give myself a little bit of wiggle room in case there's a color that doesn't quite work for me, because there's a couple colors that I'm a little scared of. So that is the plan. All right. Now, because I have a penchant for older music, as you guys all well know, I figured, well, for the intro for a 70s project, I should probably pick a song from the 70s. So I did. And what I'm going to have linked for you down in the description box as the music moment is a song by a band called Head East. The song is called Never Been Any Reason. It has long been one of my favorite songs by this band. I don't actually think I know anything else from this band, but you will occasionally, if you have classic rock stations, you will still hear this song played. This has kind of become the band's signature song. Now, it was from their debut album, Flat as a Pancake, and it was composed by the guitarist Mike Somerville. It's considered their signature song. It peaked at number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100. To this day, continues to be played. But it also has a gold certification in the U.S. under the RIAA. We've talked about that before, which means they've sold 500,000 copies of this song. You may have heard it. You may have not. It was in the 1993 movie Dazed and Confused, which is one of my all-time favorites. And it was also in the 2005 film Sahara, which I don't know that I've seen that one. So that's what's going to be down there. And just to give you a little background on the band, they were formed in 1969. They are still together, technically. Now, they have had several members in and out, as happens with bands that have been around this long. I mean, that's a long time. The band is as old as me. So the band's been together for 50 years. They're just basically considered rock. They come out of East Central Illinois. I don't know exactly where that means, but... And it was a bunch of guys getting together. And then there were a couple guys when they did this that were in college. Then the two kind of dropped out of the band because they were further away. And so then a couple guys replaced them. Now, as for discography, they have had studio albums from 1975 to 2013. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 studio albums. There's about 5 live albums and then singles. Okay, and that just goes on and on. There are several. I don't know that... Okay, wait a second. No, they do actually have other ones that have gone higher. Since You've Been Gone hit number 46 in the U.S., and I don't think that's the song that I'm thinking of. I'll have to look up the song Since You've Been Gone because I don't think it's the same one I'm thinking of. And other than that, the only other one to break the top 100 is Love Me Tonight, backed with Fly By Night Lady. And that hit 54. And Since You've Been Gone is the only one that actually broke the top 100 in Canada. So, there you have it. Flat as a Pancake was their 1975 album. Did I say that? I think I said when it was released. But that is the one that this song was originally released on. So that is what we have got for you. Not going to get too much more into the rest of it. I'm just going to link it down below for you so you can go ahead and listen at your leisure. So check out the description box. You will have the video for your viewing and listening pleasure. You will also be able to get to Kim and Cece's channels, and you will be able to get to the Fantastic Ladies, as always. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time. I truly do appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, see ya. Bye.